Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Today is Monday, November 18, 2019. I'm Luis Chavez.
And I'm Mayette Lloyd.
And we begin with our top international and national stories. Today, President Trump said that he will strongly consider testifying in writing about the impeachment inquiry. In a tweet, Trump said he might take House Speaker Nancy Pelosi up on her suggestion she made over the weekend. Trump also claimed that the rules of the inquiry have been, quote, rigged by Pelosi and House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff. Meanwhile, another line of inquiry surfaced in a court proceeding Monday about whether Trump lied to former special counsel Robert Mueller during his investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 election.
Republican Governor Matt Bevin conceded to Democratic State Attorney General Andy Beshear on Thursday in the Kentucky governor race. The concession comes after Bevin requested that all 120 counties in the state recheck the results from last week's election. Kentucky Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes said Beshear had received 5,000 votes. 136 more votes than Bevin, Beshear said at a news conference that he appreciated Bevin's concession and can move forward now that the race is officially over. Bevin, who was previously elected governor in 2015, received backlash for seeking to undermine the state's Medicaid expansion and calling teachers selfish when they protested after he threatened to cut their pensions.
No motive is known for a high school shooting in California that left 2 students dead and 3 others injured. The 16-year-old shooter, also a student, died Friday afternoon from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities say the shooter entered Saugus High School in Santa Clarita, took out a .45 caliber pistol and started randomly shooting anyone who was in sight. 5 students were sent to the hospital and 2 died. The students killed were 15-year-old Grace Mühlberger and 14-year-old Dominic Blackwell. Our thoughts and prayers go to the families and students who had to go through this terrifying experience.
This past week, Venice has experienced devastating flooding with the unusually high tides. Venetian residents, homes, and communities have been damaged by the high water levels, resulting in surge waves that can be harmful to the lagoon ecosystem. Venice Calls, a group of 35 students between ages 15 to 25, have been providing help to local residents. They are clearing up garbage, recycling food, and clothes that are getting soaked. They were also able to save manuscripts and historic books at the Music Conservatory. The amount of volunteers has gone from 200 to 1,700 volunteers.
Hong Kong Polytechnic University students started a fire early Monday to try and stop police from entering the campus. Police took control of the main entrance to the school, but were moved back as protesters began throwing petrol bombs and shooting arrows from above. One police officer was shot with an arrow during a siege on Sunday and sent to a nearby hospital for treatment. Police responded by firing water guns and tear gas at the protesters surrounding the university. The university released a statement condemning the protesters' illegal acts and violence, and the police say they would start using minimum force and even live rounds if they were given no other choice. Protests started 6 months ago in Hong Kong after a controversial extradition bill was introduced, but the violence has just recently escalated.
Can you imagine if Lewis University had a riot?
You know, I genuinely cannot. I'm just really thankful that, we're all blessed and really privileged to go to a university in a country that really, does not put students or people in situations like that.
Yeah, that would be extremely scary.
It would be something else.
We are very blessed.
Well, coming up next, we'll take a look into leading local headlines.
And later, we have the latest entertainment news. Stay with us.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, cruise, Zinkelpel. Okay, time for cake.
It's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
According to police, 19-year-old Armando Lopez has been charged with fleeing officers in an SUV linked to the fatal shooting of a nurse in Little Village. Lopez led police on a 15-mile chase that ended with the SUV crashing into another vehicle in West Chatham. The SUV was wanted in connection to the murder of 32-year-old Frank Aguilar, who was walking home from work in the 3700 block of West 32nd Street when he was fatally shot in a drive-by shooting on November 12th. Lopez hasn't been charged with involvement in the fatal shooting of Aguilar.
Another fight has broken out at a Popeyes. This one surprisingly not about the new chicken sandwich. Last week in a Wisconsin Popeyes, several employees lost their jobs after a customer caught a fight on camera. Richard Forte caught the brawl when he entered the restaurant. Forte said there were actually two fights, one by the grills and one in the dining room. 7 employees were fired after this incident.
2 suspects are wanted for a smash and grab at a local Subway shop in the Palos Park. Police say video surveillance shows the 2 suspects smashing through the front window and grabbing the cash register around 1:30 a.m. One suspect was wearing a blue hoodie and black pants. The other suspect was wearing a black hoodie, black pants, and white gym shoes. Police say they escaped in their own vehicle and are continuing the investigation.
On Saturday, Lewis University opened its doors to prospective students with a campus visit day. Here's Kenny Pikulski with the story.
Lewis University hosted its campus visit day for prospective students on Saturday in the Fieldhouse. Students had the opportunity to explore different major options as they were greeted by many organizations and college representatives. Presentations from Dr. Livingston and admissions counselors were given to both transfer students and incoming freshmen.
This is very important to us in order to help allow students, prospective students, to come in, learn more about the university in a less intrusive and scary way.
The event drew a crowd from the surrounding area as well as out-of-state residents. Specialized tours were given for the different colleges and for those who were interested in a particular field. For LUTN TV News, this is Kenny Pikulski.
For that update.
Last Friday, the Fox TV series Next filmed on campus. The crew filmed in the parking lot in front of the Arts and Science building. The series is about a man who discovers one of his artificial intelligence creations trying to destroy mankind. He then teams up with a special agent to shut the program down. The series chose Lewis as a set to use the AS building as one of the technology labs. The cast consists of Mad Men actor John Slattery and Instant Family actress Eve Harlow. The production crew allowed students to watch the film process.
I was one of those students actually watching them film. It was pretty
Really?
interesting. Yeah, they came in with like these trailers of equipment, and all the actors showed up. I was like, oh, the actors are on set.
Yes.
And then they had this big light over there, and people were filming out of the AS building, and they were walking out, and they reset and walked back in. It was really, really interesting to see them kind of like in action working, because hopefully someone else could get into the industry one day. So it's kind of an early look into that.
That's super exciting. I hope we see you then.
Oh, that would be amazing. I hope they come back, honestly. Hopefully more students will come out and see that happen.
I'll be there next time. What
Next
an
time.
opportunity.
Yeah, honestly. Well, when we return, we have your day's top entertainment headlines.
And later, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Guru. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Jeopardy contestant James Holzar won $250,000 as the winner of the game show's Tournament of Champions on Friday. The 35-year-old professional gambler from Las Vegas beat 27-year-old librarian Emma Butcher, who beat him in June, and a 50-year-old New York physics teacher. Holzer has won more than $2.7 million in the show this year. His winnings make him the third highest winner in the show's history. Brad Reuter is the highest winning game show contestant of all time with more than $4.6 million, followed by Ken Jennings with $3.3 million. Kanye West gave a surprise performance at a Texas jail on Friday. In secret from the public, the rapper turned gospel singer performed songs from his new gospel album, Jesus is King. He and his choir performed for more than 200 male inmates at one jail facility before crossing the street to another jail facility and performing for a smaller crowd of female inmates. The Friday concerts were performed 2 days before West spoke at Joel Osteen's vast Lakewood Church in Houston. Instagram is rolling out its new plan to hide like counts on all photos and videos in a new update internationally. This new like test will remove likes from across Canada and other nations to help gauge responses to the radical movement, as it is designed to eliminate psychological pressures to become more popular. Under the new update, users can still see who has liked a specific post, but will no longer be given a live tally, which means people must manually count likes for themselves if they wish to stroke their ego.
How do you feel like the removal of the like count is going to affect people just across the board?
Well, right now it looks relatively positive for most. For
Sure.
businesses, it is kind of hard to count analytics and see what is getting to broader audiences, but a lot of influencers have already said that it's been more beneficial for them because they don't have to worry about like counts anymore, just
Right, 'cause
follows.
They're already up and, we know
and they
who
don't-
you are.
And the payout system based on likes and followers will be completely different. So, but it looks positive so far.
I hope it'll remain positive. I think it'll be interesting to see how that kind of progresses with, just everyday people, how they,
Right, I
take
hope
that
so
up
too,
there.
because
Right.
it does take off that pressure of trying to be popular.
And that's kind of the goal of it, right?
Yeah.
Well, coming up next, we have your full 5-day forecast, and later we'll have a look at sports. Stay tuned.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hi, welcome back to LUTN News. I am Jackie Santillan with your weather. For our current temperatures, it is currently 36 degrees. It feels more like 32. Humidity at 89%. Cloudy skies today with 5-mile-per-hour winds. For our local temperatures, it's mainly in the low 30s, high 30s, low 40s. 33 up in Madison, 38 in Chicago, 36 in Michigan City, and 41 in Grand Rapids. For our national temperatures, it's mainly warm over here in our southern states, 69 in Dallas, 58 in Denver, and 81 in Los Angeles. And it's a little bit cooler up in our Chicago area, 38 and 40 up in Boston. For our satellite and radar today, mostly cloud coverage besides Dallas, which is really nice. And for our satellite and radar, we could see some more cloud coverage over the Chicago area. This is going to be like all day. And for today's almanac, we have a high of 39 and a low of 34. For our normal temperatures, a high of 47 and a low of 32. And for our record temperatures in 1953, a high of 72, and in 1880, a low of 8. And for our 5-day forecast, Tuesday with a high of 41 and a low of 34, AM showers. For Wednesday, it's looking a little bit warmer with a high of 47 and a low of 40, partially cloudy skies. Thursday, a high of 56 and a low of 30 with rain and wind. And for Friday, a high of 37 and a low of 27, partially cloudy. Remember to keep up with LUTN weather on Facebook and Twitter. My name is Jacqueline Santillan with the weather. Now back to Maya at the desk.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to LUTN News. I'm Jake Stanowski with sports. The Lewis women's basketball team fell to the number 3 ranked team in Grand Valley State Sunday afternoon and are now 2-2 on the season. The game went the Flyers' way in the first quarter when they led 15-13 by the end of the first 10 minutes. However, when the second quarter started, the Lakers never looked back as they went on a 13-4 run midway through the quarter. The Flyers kept chipping away at the lead, but unfortunately it was all they could do as they were playing from behind all game long. Eventually, the Lakers took a double-digit lead and won the game 72-57. The Flyers are next at Ohio to take on the 8th-ranked Ashland University on Thursday afternoon. The Lewis University's hockey team faced Marquette University this past weekend. Before the game, the team presented the Susan G. Komen Foundation with the money that they raised during their Hockey Fights Cancer series. Here's Reed Pohen with the report.
Late in October, the Lewis University hockey team held its Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend. Last Saturday, they presented Tarina Newkirk of the Susan G. Komen Foundation with a check before taking on Marquette University.
I just wanted to thank the hockey team here at Lewis University, the Flyers, for donating $1,100 by having a bake sale and by selling jerseys. They gave us $1,100 to Susan G. Komen Chicago to help fight breast cancer. The funds that Susan G. Komen raises are donated back into the community, so we'll be using this money to help support women get free mammograms, get access to wigs and prosthetics, and to help them continue to survive breast cancer.
The Flyers rebounded from a 4-2 loss the night before with a 6-3 victory over the Golden Eagles, including 2 goals from senior Nick Made and 2 goals from freshman Matt Morrow. For LUTN TV News, I'm Reed Poland.
The world witnessed a horrific event on the football field last week on Thursday when Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett took off Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph's helmet and then proceeded to swing the helmet and hit Rudolph in the head using it as a weapon. As a result of this event, Myles Garrett has been suspended for the rest of the season from the NFL and will also have to be reinstated into the league. The league may also put in an extended suspension for Garrett if he does not get reinstated and plays next season. Mason Rudolph, however, did instigate the event by trying to take off Garrett's helmet in the beginning of the altercation. As a result of this, Rudolph was fined but not suspended. There were other players involved in this melee and also received repercussions. Legally speaking, Mason Rudolph decided not to press charges against Garrett for the assault. In briefs, the Chicago Bears lost against the Los Angeles Rams last night on Sunday Night Football in a 17-7 score. The Bears are now 4-6, and their offense is still having lots of problems. Mitchell Trubisky's play isn't getting any better for Bears fans, and in fact was benched late last night in the fourth quarter in favor of Chase Daniel, and he continues to only have glimpses of success in very few games. The Bears have some tough games in the near future, so it will be tough sledding to try to make the playoffs in a very competitive NFC North division, at least for this Chicago team. But another Chicago team, the Chicago Blackhawks, are starting to go on a little bit of a roll after winning 6 of their 8 games this November. The Blackhawks are now 9-7-4 on the year, and though they are still near the bottom of the Central Division, they are over the .500 winning percentage mark and are making an impact. The Hawks still have another 62 games to play as well to see where they will land in the tight Western Conference playoff race. College football star and future prospect Tua Tagovailoa suffered a season-ending injury Saturday when his Alabama team faced Mississippi State. Tagovailoa was scouted as one of the top quarterbacks coming into this year's NFL draft, but this dislocated hip injury most certainly hurts this value, and because of the seriousness of this injury, may really hit a snag for this talented quarterback. I'm Jake Stanowski with sports. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for the update, Jake. Chicago sports really needs to pick it up. I think we see a little hope in the Blackhawks, but the Bears are still trucking along.
You know, I've never been to a Blackhawks game, so I'm going to try to get to one this season because it looks like they're doing pretty well.
Hopefully they keep the roll going while you go see the game.
Exactly.
Well, that's it for today's news. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, you can always keep up with Lou's news on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Luis Chavez.
I'm Mayette Lloyd.
I'm Aaron Ostrowski with entertainment.
I'm Jackie Santillan with the weather.
Have a great night.